forecast, showers and thunderstorms today with strong southwesterly winds to 37 miles per hour.
It's a numbers game, especially for the situation that we're in. We're coming off of a high water event here 48 hours ago. The outdoors is not a hobby. It's not our passion. It is our way of life. We make the perfect cast, slow our breathing to execute a perfect shot, spend hours researching locations and techniques. Regardless of effort, we fail. This series is not about incredible bites or trophy animals. Our goal here at Day One Outdoors is to educate our viewers utilizing new technology to offer a different perspective. Watch as we research new areas, plan out the day, and adjust to changing conditions. If not for other experienced outdoorsmen teaching me along the way, I wouldn't have this life. I owe it to them to pass this knowledge along. I owe it to you. Join us here on Day One Outdoors, and let's learn how to become more successful in the field and on the water from day one. Tiger Musky, an apex predator created by man. This cross between a muskellunge and a northern pike was brought to the Pacific Northwest as a management tool in our local lakes and reservoirs. For 20 years, I've wanted to chase these fish, but never made the effort. After convincing a good friend and fellow bass angler to commit to catching our first fish of 10,000 casts, we began our research and set the date to begin our hunt for tiger muskie.
We're out here on Mayfield Lake right now and we're targeting tiger muskie. Now, this is a bucket list fish that I've always wanted to catch ever since I found out about them when I was a little kid. So they started stocking tiger muskie in a lot of these Washington lakes back in the late 80s. Mayfield Lake first got its stock of fish in 1988. It didn't stick, so they continued to try and stock it in 89 and 90. Come the early 90s, the fish started to survive out here in the lake. The reason why they put tiger muskie in a lot of these Washington lakes is to control the northern pike minnow population. These tiger muskies are a mix between a northern pike and a muskellunge. They're sterile, so they cannot reproduce. So it's a great way for them to have a predator in a system and be able to manage all the different species of fish in here. What these tiger muskies allow is for a fantastic sport fishery. These are active fish, these are very aggressive fish, and they're big. The state record here in Washington is just shy of 38 pounds. The lake record here on Mayfield is 31. So these things are massive. There's a lot of fish in the 30 to 40 inch range, and we're trying to target them. But anytime that you're trying to put together a pattern, you always need to start with one being location. So location right here on Mayfield. So we start wide and we start to narrow down exactly what location. Now next what we're gonna look for, because it's early spring, is water temperature. 55.5 degrees, so it's still a little bit cold. We might need to wait for the sun to come up and start warming up the surface temperature for these fish to start moving up and staging. And the water is clear enough, we should see them today. Next, we need to find cover. So what type of cover? Well, we're starting out right now, it's early in the morning. These fish should be traveling the flats, trying to feed. As the day wears on, we're gonna start looking for points, breaks, logs, and big weed lines. Because it's early morning, we're using baits that we can fish fast. Again, we're fishing this flat, we're just trying to cover water. Josh is starting out with a silver and white husky tail from YBC. And I'm throwing the timber turbine, which is a topwater lure. It's probably too early to throw a topwater, but I just love seeing fish come up and blow up on the surface, and especially fish that can be 30 pounds. Why wouldn't you at least try for a couple hours first thing in the morning while we still have shade on the water? As soon as that switches up, we're gonna be throwing swim baits like the drum roller and more spinner style baits like a spinner bait or the double bladed bucktails. These are big, aggressive fish. We're using big, aggressive lures. So at this point, cover water and start guessing. This is a fish that we know nothing about. We're gonna try and figure them out today. Google Earth out here in the Northwest pretty much takes satellite pictures only during the summertime when there's no cloud cover. Well, summertime, water level's usually a little bit lower, so we should be able to find some flats. So I'm gonna pull up, here's our location right here. And yeah, it looks just like the bank gets steep right there. We'll open it up here, there's a flat right there. See how far that extends out?
Mile up or so.
Yeah, we'll just get on the big motor and just, yeah, like I said, about a half mile. Look how far out that sticks. That's probably a good place to start.
Yep, looks good.
And then doing our research too, a lot of people are saying the flat straight across from, what was that, Tilton?
Mm-hmm.
So right across from Tilton and the state park is a good flat that a lot of guys catch fish. That's exactly what we're looking at, so let's make a run.
A common phrase among musky anglers is, a follow is as good as a fish. Not for us. After seeing so many tigers in the water and getting multiple follows, we knew we were on the right path. But a follow does not equal a fish. Not in our book. Today only fueled our intrigue. We gained invaluable knowledge and are already planning our next trip.
Oh, we suck.
Fishfield is your one-stop shop online for the gear you need here in the Pacific Northwest and beyond. From salmon and steelhead, saltwater, trout and kokanee, even crabbing. Visit fishfield.com today to place an order with no sales tax and have the gear you need shipped fast. Fishfield.com, we have what the Northwest outdoorsman needs.
Every once in a while, a new lure comes along that catches every angler's attention. It could be because of all the irresistible colors and finishes, or the patented skip beat action. Or maybe it's the wide variety of sizes designed for salmon, trout, walleye, steelhead, mackinaw, and more. But just for the record, we know one thing for certain. We didn't design the maglip to catch fishermen. Yakima Bait Company.
Josh, the day is already starting out better than it did
A little bit.
last time.
Hard to argue with that.
And the reason why is because the lake is, what, probably at least 2-3 feet higher than last time?
At least 2 or 3 feet higher, yeah.
And our water temp, looking at it right now on the screen, it looks to be a little bit colder. Now the conditions are a little bit different than what we had when we were here a couple weeks ago. We still got, great clarity in the water.
Mm-hmm.
The water temp is a little bit cooler. We're gonna have cloud cover all day, which should honestly help, but I am a bit concerned about that water temp. As far as location, we know right where we're going.
Yep.
Last time we were up here, we found just a wad of them up there on that end of the lake. Why wouldn't we start there?
I don't know why we wouldn't. We know there's 3 dozen fish we seen last time.
Yeah.
This time we're going to try to be a little more stealthy about it, not run over them with the trolling motor,
Yep.
make some longer casts. Got a little bit of lagger line, I made some clear leaders this time instead of the black wire leaders. So
Right, yep.
a little stealthier approach today, and hopefully we can get one of those followers to convert to a bite.
Josh just had our first follow of the day, and it was on that articulated bull shad again. And I was just saying that kind of stinks that we can't actually see in the water, because it really helped our confidence out last time we were here with the high sun, so we could see him. And right as I say that, he brings his lure up. There was, what, Josh, is probably about 3-footer. right behind his lure, and right as he pulls it out of the water, you see it flare and take off. It's exactly what happened last time. I hope that we don't repeat that pattern where we get him to chase, but not to commit. Got bit again. I don't know what that one was. That was a bass. There's one falling right here, right here.
Musky?
Yeah. He's just swimming out to the left over there. It wasn't very big. Just had one following it too, man. We might have either just landed on the mother lode here or maybe finally got a pattern dialed in. I don't know. That was 2 quick bites and then a follow.
Got it.
Got it? Oh yeah, you did. Oh man.
It's a net.
I'm on it. This is the smallie that came and ate my big plug. Take your time, no rush. No rush. She ate it good. We can throw the GoPro down on her too. We caught one. So it may not be a muskie, but it is a huge smallmouth. And this is a Get butt. Here, your hand. Don't let a tiger eat it. Don't pull me in either. Comedy of errors.
Look at that small anyways.
So,
oh, that's a big one. Holy shit.
I wasn't filming at all.
Good 4.5 pounder, I think.
Oh, yeah,
it's not as big as I thought it was. It's tall, but it's not fat.
Oh yeah. Well, that was entertaining. Try not to laugh too hard there, Chris.
I don't really know what just happened there, but I'm sure I'll get to see it later. I think I was trying to get the net and my foot just
slipped off.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happened. Besides all that comedic effect.
Let's get rid of that.
Yeah,
for the record.
No, we're gonna use it. So we came up on this smallie. It came up in a bit that T50 at least once earlier in the day. Came back over and we just saw this rock pile again, and we're like, man, if that smallie is here on a bed, it's got to be on top of this rock pile. We pulled up on it. We saw her. Josh made a great idea. He put together a little Gatorade bottle, put some line on it, a weight at the bottom. He marked the spot. We went out, left the fish alone, came back around after about a half hour. What was that, your first cast?
The very first cast, yeah.
First cast, right there next to the Gatorade bottle. Boom, and there she is.
That don't happen that easy every time, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, it wasn't that easy, but you saw what happened. Four and a half.
Yep, right where you thought. We're done. We've now fished 12 hours today, and even though we didn't catch anything, Josh actually just said it, we can't call this a failure today. It was a success, but only in the fact that we got more follows, we found new water, we found more fish, but we're still over. Still don't have a single one. We had a great blow up on top water. Josh got an awesome smallmouth, but still no tigers.
I still haven't checked that fish off my bucket list. So I guess all we got to do now is just keep grinding. And Josh, I think we just wait till the water warms up more. It cooled off since last time. And I don't know. I mean, we had fish follow. We even had them bite.
I think it's coming down to bait for us right now. We're around the fish. I want to say we saw at least 50 fish today.
Oh, yeah.
Had 20 followers. I mean, that's pretty big numbers on those compared to what we heard we might see out here, you know. I just think we got to figure out the right baits.
But there must be some lure, some action, some color that we're missing to get these fish to commit, because we're getting them to nose up. They follow all the way up to the boat. I mean, they're right here,
Yeah.
and we can't get them to go.
Frustrating. Very frustrating.
That's a pleasant understatement. But
Yeah.
what we try and do here on the show is to show you guys how you develop a pattern in one day and how you can find success on new water. Well, it's now been 2 days and we still haven't found success, and I refuse to quit. So I guess we just come back out, and maybe it'll be 3 days, maybe it'll be 5, maybe it'll be a couple years, but we are going to finish this episode and we're going to end it with a tiger. Have to. All right, we're out of here.
Salmon swim up to 3,000 miles to return to their exact place of birth to reproduce. Well, most of the time.
Just got the boat in the water here out at Merwin Lake. We are not at Mayfield today, and the reason why is because Josh and I kind of felt that we needed a change. It's been a grind out there at Mayfield. And Josh, this is probably the wrong decision to make, because we just finally learned Mayfield and where the fish are, and we're starting to get confidence out there, but we had to change something.
Yeah, you know, we've heard plenty of reports of people catching them out here, whereas Mayfield, you know, you hear 1 or 2 maybe, but out here it seems like every weekend you're hearing guys catch 3, 4, or 5 of them, right. And it's a limited area to fish, so make a few passes through here and hopefully get one, and if not, we go back and try Mayfield again. So.
And that's our plan for today. We're just gonna, Merwin's on the way north up to Mayfield for us, and so we figured we'd stop right here at 6 o'clock in the morning, make 2 or 3 laps through the area that we've been getting reports where guys have been actually catching these fish, unlike us. So we're gonna just make a few laps, try a few different bits of gear. Today we lightened everything up. We put all the big rods, left them back at home, went lighter, went smaller. We're gonna try and make a few changes here to see if we can get these fish to actually go. And today we're starting from scratch all over again, new lake, new gear, but I don't know, I guess we're just gonna, we gotta be getting close to 10,000 casts.
We might have passed it.
Yeah, we might have passed that. All right, we're here at the point right now. We're looking again for those shallow flats, some laydowns. Merwin's set up a little bit different with some steeper banks, but we found a few flats, so we're just gonna kill the motor, put the trolling motor down, and start working all these points in these areas here, and see if we can't get them to go. We got a nice marine layer. These fish should be active right now. So Josh is throwing a really small swim bait right now. I'm throwing a bucktail that I made up. It's just a little tiny Hildebrandt bucktail that I made at home, just size 4.5 blades. It's about less than half the size of what we were throwing. We're just trying to find a way to get these fish to commit at this point. Don't tease me. What do you got going?
On the board.
Dude, so this is what the tiger muskie are eating, is this guy right here. I wish we could fish live bait. That'd be perfect live bait. This right here is a northern pike minnow. This is what the tiger muskie are eating, and the reason why the states have put tiger muskie into these lakes. They put them in here to control this population to allow trout and kokanee to survive more. So the tiger muskie are sterile, they do not reproduce. So when the states put the tiger muskies into Merwin, Mayfield, and other lakes, they know exactly how many fish, like these northern pike minnow, that the tiger muskie will eat. So that way they can control the population and manage the lakes as best they can. We've only been fishing for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and we found a hot spot. We found an area where the tigers are just loaded. They're choked in there and they were active. We saw them rolling, we had a couple follows. I missed that one bite. And what we're doing now is just trying to cover ground to find another spot that might be holding those fish. But since there, we really haven't seen any. So we might need to head back out more towards the mouth of this bay and see if they're just hanging out there near the deep water retreats, or just keep covering bank till we find another spot where they're loaded in again. Oh, he's jumping. He's not hooked very well. Oh, there he goes. He's running. Over here.
Nice,
dude. This is amazing. I can't believe this. Don't throw it. Don't throw it. Don't throw it.
Swim right over the net.
Yep, that's all right. We'll get him here.
Right on it.
Nice, dude.
Take your fish. I'm gonna keep casting.
Holy cow. 3 days. Finally. Yeah, Josh, that's a big one too. It's right about little over 3 feet, 37 inches. Awesome. Well, let's see if I can slide him out of the net real quick and hold him up. There we go. Such a sweet fish.
That is awesome. How big his little eyeballs are.
Look at the tail and the back fins. I mean, they're just shredded. Yeah, there's the spinner that we got on. Again, he threw it right as we got him in the net. That stinger hook just barely got him. What a beautiful fish.
Crazy looking. Look at his tail.
I bet they bite each other, just nipping at each other.
That's crazy.
Josh, this must have been 10,001 cast.
10,002 maybe.
10,002, jeez. We finally got one, but it's a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
It's still early in the morning. Maybe get one more, but I can call it quits right now. I've wanted to do this since
we're
I was...
up here. We might fish for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Got them figured out. You gotta stick with her a little bit.
I've wanted to catch one of these since I was a little kid. This is quite the accomplishment. But let's get him back in the water here now. All right, here we go. Oh man, tell you what, Josh, truly is a fish at 10,000 casts.
Redemption day.
Yeah, today's got to be redemption day. I've had 4 follows, 2 snaps, and 2 hookups, and 2 fish in the net. I mean, this is, it's 8:30 in the morning. Little tiger?
Oh, only a tiger. That was small.
That would have been awesome. Okay, you ready? On that same little spinner again, the little Hildebrandt with that shad scent. And here he is. Whoa! Man. This one's a smaller fish, but he fought harder than that big guy. Maybe because I was just babying the big guy. We're on him today. Yeah, look at that guy. Beautiful fish. Amazing how beat up they are.
More the other way.
Nice. Yeah, 2 that quick, plus missed another bite. We got something figured out. Now it's fun.
Take more time. Feels like decent fish.
What's that?
Feels like decent fish. Just not gonna horse them.
Got him, dude. What a day, man.
I'll take the little one.
Who cares if it's a little one? We're finally catching
No,
fish.
I'm cool with that. I'm happy with it.
Look at that. He's
That's
cool
awesome.
looking too.
Build in there. Where's your? Okay.
Yeah, right here. Hey, it's not a huge one,
No,
but your first one.
That's right. Yeah. On the board.
Same thing, man. It's definitely a bucktail spinnerbite, and like we were talking earlier, we don't know if it's because of water temperature or we're just finally on a pattern.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
What a day, man.
Yep.
All right, let's get him in the water here.
3 days. Whether it was cast number 10,000, a different lake, or a change in the water temperature, none of it mattered. Josh and I had accomplished our goal and each landed our first tiger muskie. But for these remarkable fish, we would have spent weeks. The next trip can't come soon enough. I'm hooked.